Hello there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of AJOLWTTA, the only podcast that's about anything Jonno or Lister wants to talk about because that's the name of the fucking show. Great intro. I like this one. It's a good one.
Welcome to the fucking show, everybody. I'm Jono.
Shit.
This
Never
is
mind. I don't like it anymore.
and this is my morning coffee because we're recording at 9 a.m.
Almost 11 a.m. for me. Time zones are a bitch, am I right? Hey, you know what? That leads into something that we can talk about right a fucking away. Hey, so you know what just passed the House recently? Making daylight savings time permanent year round. Which is funny to me for a few things. One, a few years ago, the Senate passed it, but then the House just sat on it and let it die. It's like, alright, fuckers. But two, there's always the debate about this. Like, well, yeah, we all want it to end, but permanent standard versus permanent daylight, and some people don't want it to be dark out at 9 a.m. when kids go to school. And other people's like, well, I don't want to be dark out at 5 p.m. when I'm coming home. I want to be able to enjoy a night. And I'm still over here saying, just like, listen here, motherfuckers. It's called standard time for a fucking reason. And maybe, I might be a little biased in this, and maybe I'm, only care about myself when I say this next part, but I don't, considering how many people that I do shit with that are in Arizona, I don't want to be 2 hours off from them year round. Because that's really bad for my scheduling.
Right, I do find it curious that they want to pass it as the permanent savings time.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
And when scientists have, like, done all the fucking research about it, it's like, it is better to stop changing it for all of our bodies and our sleep cycles and everything, but standard time is actually better than daylight time for your body and your sleep schedule. So we should do that one. And of course, the fat people in suits never listen to the scientists. I mean, that's in every disaster movie out there in existence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's every issue in this environment that we live in now for at least the last 10 years is deeply partisan, and I'm sure that's why they didn't pass it 4 years ago. Get that out of the way.
Apparently, ridiculous. Pelosi just didn't want to even vote on it.
Jeez, whatever. Yeah. And now that we're here, they are approaching it in the wrong way. I think that a solution is good in theory. It's better than no solution because at least you're not punting the ball back and forth every however many months. I've been in Arizona long enough that I don't even remember the cadence of this anymore, because I haven't done it since leaving California the last time. Which, hey, one of the few things Arizona undoubtedly gets right. Having it be standard time year-round.
Yeah.
Arizona and Hawaii. And now it's going to be weird because Arizona and Hawaii will now still be the antecedent to everyone else because we will be standard and everyone else will be savings time.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting, but I don't know. On one hand, it's better in the sense that we don't have to go guessing anymore. It's like, are we give or take 1 hour? But I also agree with you that it should be the other way around. And I also think it would be better. I mean, the only people like occupationally who are truly affected by this, and I guess the reason why this became a thing to begin with that was ideated on like way back in the 1700s were farmers and people who are affected by, like, deeply affected by daylight and the amount of daylight when you're working out on a field. So for them, it's going to be a little screwy because they're the ones who are dealing with now this thing of, oh, it's 9 a.m. and it's dark.
Yeah.
But,
there's something,
as the government would always say, screw the farmers. Everyone else are fine. God.
Something I want to check on right now, and I'm trying to find a good website that can do it for me, is I read like a week or so ago some suggestions like, okay, what if we have half the country on permanent daylight, the other half of the country on permanent standard? Because then you'd solve the issue of like one side of the country being dark at morning versus one side of the country being dark in the early evenings. Like, okay, that would make sense from that aspect, but what would be the time difference? So I'm trying to find. Because the key of it is, what would be the difference between mountain and central? If one of them, and I don't know which one needs to be daylight, which one of them needs to be standard, but if one of these, if that solution were to make them be like on the same time zone, then that means that's the solution. because then we'd have half the country all in one time zone, and the other two chunks are just 1 hour off from the middle.
Mhm.
That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. I remember the last time we talked about this. Didn't you say that somebody that you know had like this disparate idea to make like us on the same time zone as India?
Yeah,
Or
that was
was
my
that? Or
dad.
what was
Yeah, that was my dad.
that?
Not the same time zone as India,
Yeah.
but like to split the difference and have us go like 30 minutes in the middle. It's like, okay, so then it'll be off the
Oh,
clock
right.
from every other country in the world. It's gonna make things hard to plan with like fucking Canada, but we'll be on the
Mhm.
same clock type schedule as India because they're also off
Yeah.
by half an hour from all their neighbors.
So let's just say that theoretically, it were 12:30 here. That means that it would be 1 o'clock in Canada. Odd.
Yeah. Okay,
Weird.
so Central Time Standard is -6 UTC. Mountain Daylight is -6 UTC. Now I don't know if daylight time. I think daylight time is the one that has darkness in the morning for some part of the country, but I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's the California side or the New York side. If
No.
it is, then shit.
Hmm.
But if that's the side where they'd have light in the morning, which it would be, yeah, yeah. This is the answer. Put Mountain and Pacific time on daylight time. Put Central and Eastern on standard time, and then half the country's on the same time zone forever, and it's just the New York strip and the California strip that are just off by 1 hour from the middle and off by 2 hours of each other. There's our solution. That would make
There
it
you go.
better.
There you go. Now to enact this action, you already know the president of the Tucson Folk Festival. Let me introduce you to my friend, Zantuck, the
But
next president of the United States.
no, so I'm getting a knife. I'm putting it in my throat. I can't find it.
It is only you who can enact this law into the nation's Bible.
No, no, nope, 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 nope.
That would be better. Here we are. I guess, do you think that this clause that they are pushing through the House, assuming that it gets passed by you know who, do you think that that's overall better or worse, or would you rather it just all kind of stay the same
Overall
as
better.
it is?
Either
Okay.
solution is better than the constant switching. It's just not the solution that I personally think is the best
Mhm.
solution.
Right. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. At the very least, it'll again remove the guessing. Like we would know that at this point, you would always be perpetually 2 hours ahead of me. And I think California would be on the same time as me. I believe that's the
Yeah,
case
they
right
would
now.
be. Yeah, California would be the same
Mhm.
as you,
Yeah.
which basically moves Arizona into a different time zone than what it's always been in, or at least most of Arizona, because a small
Mhm.
piece of it still switches for some weird reason.
Right. I think it's like indigenous territory in Arizona
Ah, that's fair.
remains on DST. So that's interesting. And then the rest of us are on MST, which is confusing because Colorado's also on MST, but they do daylight savings time. So then we have to say we're Arizona Mountain Standard Time.
I just call it AZST, Arizona Standard Time.
Yeah, I mean, that's accurate.
It keeps it fucking clear because I can't communicate in Mountain Time because like, well, that's not going to be the same all year round.
Yep.
Like whenever I'm making plans with other people, whether it's people in Eastern Time Zone, Arizona Time Zone, or California, I'm like I communicate to them in their time zone because if one person doesn't declare the time zone, it's going to get confused. And most people, generalizing
Don't.
statement here, no. Generalizing statement here. It's like if I communicate to somebody in my time zone, saying Central Time, they get confused. It's like, all right, asshole, I'll communicate to you in your language.
Because you have to do all the work because you're the organized one.
Yeah, kill me. And I'm not calling it a specific person with that, but it's a thing with like a lot of people that I've how to organize plans with, like, I can't organize plans in Central Time because they get confused. Like, fuckers, come on.
There's a lot. There's a lot that
If you
you
can be
learn.
if you can be bilingual, you can be
Yeah.
bi-timeal.
You can be bisexual. You can be bi time.
You can be
There's a lot that you
bisexual.
learn about be yeah, right, yeah. Having to be a organized, like a manager, basically. You know, like
Yeah.
you manage people in the scope of managing these projects and getting and
Yeah.
like hoarding all the king's horses and all the king's men to get together and do a thing on Select Star Gaming here, etc. But yeah, I mean, it extends to like the work that I've done as well. It's like number one thing that I've learned is that no one reads an email.
Per
Yeah.
my last
Like,
email.
yeah, like
Bitch.
you can send like the most detailed detailing all of the information that's needed for XYZ, some sort of event or happening or performance or recording. And then inevitably day of, it's like, what's the pay guarantee? Do I have to bring my own equipment? And it's like, well, it's
That's
all
when you
right there.
send back the original email, but highlighted certain segments. Like, it's all right here,
I have gotten
Dennis.
into the Yeah, I have gotten into that habit of initially like bold, 16 point type when the rest of the email is 12 point and highlight, and hopefully in some instances that actually helps.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of why for a long time, like in normal writing, you don't capitalize random words in a sentence for
Hmm.
emphasis. I do it because, to a degree, it helps people be like, oh, that's a little bit more important.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, same. I mean, that's another trick of the trade on this end too. Like if you have multiple stages at a festival, you have to say you are at the main stage in all capital letters, bold, highlight, or else there will be confusion.
Yeah, hate to say it, but people are dumb.
For the intents and
Brains,
purposes,
brains are very
yeah,
bad at their job.
that's
Brains do a shit job.
yeah, that's
They are
where
constantly
good
lying to us. Like,
they
oh,
are.
I'm gonna fill in the blank here. Hope it makes sense. No,
Right. That's where AI comes in.
no, kill me.
Yes, you are totally right to believe that I should kill you.
I need AI to crash so bad. Apparently, I think it was China. China. I saw something about China recently that they are banning those romantic chatbots.
Oh,
Well,
good.
under the notion of, if people fall in love with these bots, they're not going to have babies. It's like, okay, wrong message, but right
Yeah.
solution.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
Wrong reasoning. I mean, not
At,
method.
at some point, do we not address, and it's hard. I was thinking about this the other day because I saw another headline about China where they're cracking down on influencers in China, not just the AI, but also like richer influencers who are on the app and promoting a luxurious lifestyle. Like they are banning the posting of reels and stuff from richer influencers who are saying, "Here's my night on the town, spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on dinner or whatever, or driving my Lamborghini." So they're removing the idea of like excess
Hmm.
from, and it's just so antithetical to the American mindset, which
Yeah.
is allegedly freedom of speech, and so from that point of view, I don't necessarily agree with it, but I also kind of get the intent.
Yeah.
I do think that too much government overreach is probably a bad thing in terms of social media, and at the same time, it's like holy moly. I mean these tools, these apps, these companies are manipulating, like you were saying earlier, the baby human monkey man brain. You know, the primordial ooze coming out of our frontal lobe is too easily corrupted by the scroll
Yeah.
and going through all of these different things and
Tiny
checking
little
out the
hits.
luxury, yeah, and checking out these like luxury influencers who are super rich and what I mean that could affect you mentally,
Yeah,
you know.
it's
So it's one of those things, you know. It's like I'm not them.
as you were saying this shit, I was thinking like I was like, okay, I have mixed feelings about this. 'Cause, like one, okay, maybe we shouldn't have government telling us what we can and can't post, but also, mm, but
Yeah.
like the whole rich like trying to get people to do all this. Like, no, no, we need to stop being all about the excess.
Hmm.
All that shit is just the fucking place where you can buy like the gold leaf burger or whatever the fuck's like. Why? Why? It doesn't
Doesn't add
taste any
anything to the taste
different.
either. Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
what's the fucking
Exactly.
point?
The point is to show that you are rich. It is a sign that you are an egotistical asshole.
I can't remember if it was on here that I talked about it or if it was somebody else I talked about this dude. But do you remember back in like the earliest smartphone days, the earliest like ice like app store days,
Exactly.
the millionaire app? You paid a
No.
million dollars for this app, and it was just
Oh
a
yeah,
PNG of a
yeah,
diamond.
yep, yep, yep.
Yeah,
Like,
it
damn,
got
I
it
wish I
got
came up.
removed from the App Store. Apple killed that shit. But then, like a month or so ago, I saw something that was bordering the same thing on Steam.
Yeah, and it's a
No,
status marker. And what suckers they are, because one person buys it, it doesn't matter if that gets taken off. You made a legal sale, and you're now a millionaire.
yeah, it like, all this shit that the rich people fawn over. It's like quality wise, sure, it's better, but how much? And is
Right,
that much worth the cost increase? I say nay. Listen,
right.
I'll
You
admit,
know,
I put trash in my body. I eat way too much of McDonald's than I should for a human
sure.
being. But price to quality, I mean, yeah, it's overpriced. But if
Yeah,
I go to a better restaurant with more expensive food, is it going to be that much better?
sure. Not well, not 60, 70, $80 better. No.
No.
Right. I was thinking about that the other day as well.
Or
I
also
mean, I
faster, I
my
think,
mind
is
is
what it
splitting
is.
in a few different paths here. I guess the first path is I was just talking about this yesterday with my dad. Like, you know, I'm kind of glad that we went through the hardships in life that we did, even though, as you know, it was very tumultuous for a period, and we still have some issues, especially financially. Um, you know, I would rather live paycheck to paycheck my entire life than ever be corrupted by this billionaire mindset
Mm-hmm.
and be involved, because you know I think about like, oh, what if I won the lotto tomorrow? What would I do with all that money? And it's like I have a different answer than someone born with a silver spoon in their mouth. And it's pay off, you know, and
Yeah.
it's the sad reality of living in
Pay
this
off the
country,
house.
because the answer is pay off all of the debt, right? The house, the car, student loans, other bank loans, credit cards, all that gone. And then it's like, oh yeah, maybe I'll buy a better house, maybe I'll buy a new car, and then I'll spend the rest of the money on charity and donating that money because I don't want it. God,
I would be
I
giving
don't
it to
want it.
people I know. It's like, all right, hey, you, what
Yeah,
do you need in your life? You need, okay, yeah, here you go.
yeah, because you know, like my pa, I mean, no one really knows better. They just kind of assume that their better ego would win out, but money changes people. You know, I'm
Yeah,
convinced that if you keep that money,
number
you
go up.
will be bad. You know, like there are things that,
Money is the root of all
yeah,
evil.
there are, we all have addictions. You mentioned it, like, oh, I eat more too much McDonald's or whatever.
Not an
And it's like,
addiction. That is cheaper than other options, and they deliver faster than other options.
okay, Well, I won't put words in your mouth. I'm addicted to
Jesus.
food. I'm fucking fat. I don't care.
I mean, we needed to live.
Yeah, and there's their food.
You're not. Trust me. I've known a lot of people that are bigger than you, sir.
Oh yeah, I know, but still, I still have
family.
issues, which we'll get in. Yeah, some of my family too. Yeah, I gotcha. But yeah, I mean, at the same time, the point being to the money point, whatever we want as humans, that it gets perverted by money,
Yeah.
and we would inevitably like spend it on things that we shouldn't be spending it on morally.
Here's a question for you: how often do you check your bank account balance?
I tend to, yeah, every few days.
I rarely check mine, and we for two different reasons here. Because you're checking it to see if you're good. Other people
Yep.
are checking to see if number go up.
Yep.
I don't check it because I know in my current situation I'm good. And I am concerned that if I ever look at that thing and I see you have $10,000, like, huh? Am I gonna start spending? I don't know. I don't want to
Totally.
know. I all I care about is, are all my payments going through automatically? Cool. Am I able to buy food? Cool. Can I buy new stuff? Cool. Now, granted, I'm aware that is a privilege thing, which is why I
Yeah.
started the whole thing off with like, you check it because you need to make sure that you're good. I am aware that I'm good. I don't want to check it because I don't want to get pulled into shit.
Right.
I only
Right.
check it if I know I'm about to do like something big, like a flight.
So you'll be checking it in about another 7 months when you come back to Tucson. Just
Oh, I'm invited again?
you're invited anytime you want to come on. You're invited today.
Listen, you can't. First of all, that's not true.
Yeah.
You can't say you can
Come
come by anytime because that's categorically not true.
on.
But yeah,
I mean, that's not true for anybody in practice. Because if you come over right now, I mean, that would be fine.
I'll
If you
show
came
up
over
at
at 2 in
2
the morning,
a.m. on
yeah.
like the morning of your dad's birthday. Be like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah, that'd be great. Be like,
Now,
oh yes,
when's Uncle Doug's birthday?
February 9th.
Damn it, too late.
Or
Maybe next
February
year.
7th. One of those two. Those two. Yeah, I mean, I thought about it. It's like, you can come over for the folk fest, or you can come over any time of year. That's pretty much
I
all I
mean,
was thinking.
honestly, any other time of year would probably be better because then you're not going to be busy as fuck.
Well, I just think that if you come over for folk fest, you know what you're getting into now.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah,
going to be
you know.
worse this next few years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be president. That means I'm gonna be plugging you in at one of those tents to sell merchandise all day, and I'll be like, okay, I'll see you in the evening.
Yeah.
That would be it, and then I don't know. We can crank out a couple episodes of something, I'm sure, but that would be the rhythm of it. As opposed to if you came over another time of year, there'd be more time. Even if you came over during another festival that I do, which actually might be interesting.
When's the video game festival?
Uh, Today.
Oh, cool. I'm on my way.
Okay, perfect. Wouldn't that be great? And then the production budget, like you walk out from that video, it's been pre-recorded all this time, and you just appear in my room. Oh, hey, there he is. Come on down. Whoa, it's Lister. And his bare feeties.
Now that would be the thing. Like if we had fuck you money, build 2 sets of our rooms, have them be identical. Open the door and just like do the thing. It's like you just there. It's like, yeah. We never address it ever again outside of that episode. It's just a one-off 5-minute gag.
Yeah.
And then forever, it's just like, yeah, our rooms are been next door to each other for years.
Yeah. I wish.
Uh,
Wish. That would be great.
funny.
That would be awesome. And I think about That would be great. But I don't know. Like, yeah, you're right. I do check it every few days to make sure I'm good because you never know. There's just a million different places that an expense can be drawn out of. I working mostly freelance this past year has been actually pretty solid monetarily, but then tax season comes and you realize that the IRS really has it out for freelancers. Um, and as somebody who really lives hand to mouth and doesn't have a ton of money, it's like, oh, I didn't think too much about putting aside thousands of dollars to pay taxes. So I have a back charge of like 5K to these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just one of the things, but I'm not stressed about it because I'm looking at like old loans and stuff and seeing how my life is progressing now professionally, and I think that I'm finally getting back into a place where it's like, okay, in 8 months I'll be caught up on some things and start maybe not having to worry as much.
Yeah.
So man,
Man.
what a time.
Yep. So you have like 70 fucking festivals a year, but none of them are video game related? Come on, man. You're disappointing me here.
That's not a bad idea. I mean, in theory, I think the issue with
Games Done Quick Arizona Edition.
Yeah, why not? I think that if we were to do a game festival, there would have to be like some sort of physical element, some way that we have booths and fees that associate with artists and whatnot. Discord. Oh yeah, those games.
No, physical element.
Oh yeah. Don't invite Sony
or Rockstar.
Yeah, seriously. I don't think it's impossible actually, but it would have to be something unique away from the trade show element that most video game fests do.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. Yeah, I was looking at our numbers the other day. I guess we do like well over 100 events a year. It's kind of nuts.
Get a gaming convention where people cosplay. Nobody cosplays at the Folk Fest.
I think one year I saw one guy with a tail. That was about it.
Cosplay as Arthur Morgan.
They'll just think I'm some guy.
Yeah, that's the only problem. That's the only problem.
They're like, oh, what Western band are you in?
Wait. There's that Western land Mario Party 2.
Yeah, you go Cowboy Mario.
Yeah,
Cowboy Wario, Cowboy Waluigi.
Oh, he wasn't in that one. I don't believe.
Oh shit,
I don't think it was Mario Party 3 or 4 when Waluigi was added in.
It was 3, and Waluigi was the villain.
Hmm.
Remember, it was with the star with a Z. And the Millennium Star. Mm-hmm.
What's a Millennium?
Good game. OP though with some of the items.
Wow.
Yeah, I played Mario Party 3 not that long ago, and there was an item where I got kind of pissed. I was like, man, I don't have time for this because the computer pulls out this item that then's like 5 more turns were added to the game. I was like, what the
fuck?
It's like, man, it's like you're gonna add like half an hour to the gameplay.
That gives me a Smashtopia idea. Hang on, maybe look up what this item is.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Oh my gosh.
Mario Party 3, you said?
Mm-hmm. What are we finding, Bill?
Oh! No, you're thinking of the wacky what? Oh, no. No, it just makes it that there are 5 turns left, not adds 5 more turns. But if you have less than 5 turns left, it bumps it back up to 5. If you have more than 5, it takes it down.
Okay. That was it then. I think we had 1 turn left and they brought it back up to 5.
Okay. Yeah, that would be extremely annoying.
Yeah, so less OP than I was remembering, but still pretty OP.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was an easy game. I'm like, there's no way these things are catching up, and I just have to go through these motions again for about like maybe 20 more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh. What happens if someone gets that item again?
Jesus.
And
Well,
that's why the GameCube Mario parties are the best ones.
6 and 7 were the ones I... Wait, was it 6 and 7, I think, that I liked? Those were the ones that I had.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 6 was the one with the sun and moon. And then 7 was, I think it had... Did it have any character? Oh, it had Toadsworth. Okay, yeah. Fucking sure.
Yeah.
But that's the one that had
Seven,
the train, I believe. No.
Which one?
The 6 with the
7?
train? What
I
had the
don't
fucking train?
I don't recall. I 7 was what? It was the
8 had the train.
Mhm.
Okay. The 6 and 7 were
One
the
of,
ones that had, like, the traps. I missed the days of being able to throw capsules and create traps on the board. That was
me
the
too.
best Mario Party gameplay for me.
Was it Twily and Luna or something like that? No,
Uh,
there was
Close. Uh,
Maronra.
Brighton and Twyla.
Okay, yeah. Was that 6?
Yeah, that was
Number
6.
6?
Yeah,
What
so
was
that was the Sun and
7?
Moon
That
game
was
where every
Toadsworth.
3 turns it changed from sun or it changed from day to night, and different effects on the board would change. And that's also
That's
where we
cool.
have the microphone.
Yeah, I remember that. That was to the degree that it worked. It was pretty fun.
I had put Mario Party 5 on my Christmas wish list that year, and I got Mario Party 6 instead. I was like, yeah, this is fine. This works.
Yeah, yeah. 5 is my favorite. I like to go back to that and do the garage and I think that part of the reason why it's my favorite is because the Star Spirits from Paper Mario are in it. It's like holy moly!
One of the very
Like
rare times something from Paper Mario makes it out into a different Mario game.
I wish it would happen more often. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing to be shy about with this sort of crossover, and yet we very rarely get it to the point that we can point it out. Like I loved the 2 second Geno cameo in Superstar Saga. You know?
It's the Star Spirits. I think the Clubba made it out. I'm trying to think if
I know
anything
Whack
else did.
Wacko was in Mario Party 5 as well. Oh, wasn't something? Interesting.
Oh no, Clubbas didn't make it out. They did. That's unfortunate. They should. That's an enemy that could easily be put into regular games, but
Mhm.
actually, I think they're like the same species or like a very related species to the spikes, so that's probably why they
Yeah.
haven't.
They could easily like a diorama set for Mario Party is such an easy transition. They could like Gusty Gulch would be a great Mario Party board.
Yeah, or just call it like how they've had other like back to Mario Party 2 style, Paperland.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
just a homogenization. Like take all like the diorama, the origami, not origami king, like just like how they have the set pieces all designed up. That's
Hmm.
how the board is created, and you have paper versions of characters. Like whoever's the host of the game, Toadsworth or whoever, is just randomly paper on this map.
Yeah. Them not recognizing Toadsworth this generation is weird and a downfall of this generation. I'm like, where is this guy?
I don't know why they abandoned him. Like, okay, we had like, it was a good choice of character. His last,
Yeah.
okay, unfortunately, I can't really look at latest appearance on Mario Wiki because it's just like, oh yeah, the Switch version of Thousand Year Door. It's like, okay,
Yep.
how about not that? Okay, Super Mario 3D All Stars also doesn't count. Mario and Luigi, that's another remake. Ultimate Mario Party the Top 100 cameo. Uh, that's a remake. That's Smash. That's Mario and Luigi Dream Team was his
There
last
you go.
appearance in 2013.
Wow.
Yeah.
13 years.
Yeah. He's been
That's
dead
pretty
for
sad.
13 years.
They've been keeping him away. They don't want a special election.
I don't know why he's gone.
He would have been a better choice for the Mario movies instead of the blue Toad Chancellor.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that the Toad Chancellor can technically be seen as a reference to Super Mario RPG, but no one's really going to get that.
No.
Toadsworth is more defined as a character. Should have thrown Tasty in there as well.
He's only
and
been
the piano.
playable. He's only been playable in 2 games. No, 3 games. Two games. Both baseball games are the only times he's ever been playable.
Damn. I remember that windup too, and he would use his his little like cane as a bat.
Yep.
Mario Baseball is another one. It's like that. That's perplexing. I just think it's probably such an easy formula to replicate. I'm surprised they haven't.
I'm guessing the sales just did not compare to tennis and to golf. Because it also had been used, like, we got baseball and strikers on GameCube, then we got baseball and strikers on Wii, and then nothing. And we got strikers on Switch, but it was not anywhere nearly well as received, partly due to the fact that the roster had some really strange missing choices. They replaced Critter as the goalie with this generic, I think it was with Boom Boom, which fueled more of the rumors. It was like, oh my god, they're racing Donkey Kong. They're racing
And then
leagues. Well, yes.
Yeah.
But then the strikers had like it was adding additional characters, but I think were all free, kind of like what Tennis Aces did. It was like, oh, there's Daisy. Why wasn't she there day one?
I don't know.
They clearly released it before they were done, because there are certain characters that, at this point in the Mario spin-off, Mario Sports Lifelines, they should be there day one, and if they're not there day one, something is weird. Like the day one roster was Mario, Luigi, Bowser, Peach, Rosalina, Toad, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, Wario, and Waluigi. That was the starting roster. Like, okay, for the most part, you've got the hits, but Daisy is missing. Daisy should be part of that lineup.
Yeah.
Then they added in Shy Guy and Daisy later. Then they added Pauline and Diddy Kong. Then they added Bowser Jr. and Birdo. It's like, okay.
That's a good roster in the end.
Yeah. I still think there's some choices that are missing. Like, I feel like the amount of characters in this game is pretty low, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah, you would have thought that they would have learned their lesson after excluding Waluigi for Honey Queen in Mario Kart 7.
I'm checking to see here characters that were in the different games. So the original Strikers had 1, 2, 3. They don't count because they're not actually playable. They're sidekicks. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 playable characters in original Strikers. Charged added. Oh yeah, I think I might have counted that wrong. I think it's actually only 9. I counted somebody I shouldn't have, because Birdo isn't actually playable. They're just one of your teammates. Yeah, 9 in original Strikers. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in Charged. They added a few more sidekicks as well. And I think, looking at this, Bowser Jr., Diddy Kong, Petey Piranha were all added into Charged and weren't in the original. The original also had something called Super Team, which is just robots that you could unlock. They're just a robot. So arguable that they don't even count. But then Battle League had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, they did increase it. It's 16. But I don't know, it still feels kind of small. Like, especially compared to like tennis. What's the newest? Aces isn't the newest tennis anymore. Fever.
There has to be close to 50 characters in that.
This is the kind of shit I do, people. Roster analysis.
Yep.
Hey. There's 38 playable characters in Mario, in the newest Mario Tennis, which is the most of any series, tied for Power Tour. 18 of them are default. 20 are unlocked.
That is pretty sick. That is cool.
Battle League was released 2022. Mario Tennis Fever was 2026. I don't see why Battle League couldn't have had more. But like, they probably would have added more over time if the sales were there. But it probably sold a lot less, so they just stopped supporting it.
What's perplexing to me is that Mario Kart World, after the first year, hasn't gotten any sort of announcement for DLC. It's like you would have thought that would have been a no-brainer.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I'm not surprised that they haven't done tracks because the fact that they have a world map makes it actually very hard to add new tracks. Because if you don't add them to the world, well, then you're kind of breaking your whole point of having it be a world. But also now you have to add things to the world. It's like, are they just gonna make the world bigger? Are they gonna readjust where things are, change the map layout? That's a major pain in the ass. Or you're just gonna have like another island that appears next to it, just like a new chunk appears connected to the mainland, but just like it's just there now. What's the solution? But characters would be easy to do. But even more than that, costumes. You're telling me you guys released Donkey Kong Bonanza and didn't plan a DLC, or not a DLC, but you didn't plan a free pack of costumes for Mario Kart World to help promote Bonanza?
Yeah.
You didn't give Donkey Kong like a burger outfit to represent the feast layer, or whatever that layer is called. You didn't give Pauline an adaptation of Pauline's outfit from that game into Mario Kart World. What are you doing?
Yeah.
DK has so many
Nothing.
outfits in Bonanza. Pull
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Give us Grumpy Kong.
Yeah. Where's Grumpy?
It's so weird.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
Especially
It
because
is.
Donkey Kong and Pauline only have one costume in World.
Mhm.
They have
Well,
the
it kind
default
of
and they have one
implied.
bonus costume. That's it.
Yeah. The implication kind of is that you would figure that there would be more planned for them, but there
Yeah.
just hasn't been it. It's one of those things, like maybe like 3 years from now, 4 years from now, towards the end of the Switch 2 life cycle, they'll be like, oh yeah, and here's some costumes for Donkey Kong and Pauline in Mario Kart World. And like, no one cares.
Yeah, it's been too long.
Yeah.
Like they should have
Fever
done that
has-
at most 6 months after Bonanza released.
Yeah, agreed. Fever recently had a DLC update. It seemed actually
really?
pretty cool, like a Mario Galaxy themed court.
Oh yeah, I saw that. And they added more
Yeah.
colors to the Luma character.
Yeah, I'm still not buying it for $80, but that's a pretty solid inclusion. You know, I'm waiting for. It's never going to happen. There'll never be a price drop.
No, Nintendo doesn't
Yeah,
really do price drops.
No, I eventually bought Aces like years and years and years later for half price on eBay. So there's that. But
I really like what they do with the tennis rosters. It was like, yes, we have the standard characters, and they added characters like Pauline was added to Aces after Odyssey blew up for her. It's like, good.
Mhm.
Keep adding her into the spinoffs. At this point, she should be here long term, like Daisy.
Mhm.
But they're also have not been afraid, especially with tennis, to add just like weird choices. Chain Chomp,
Yeah.
for example. I don't remember the new that golf the golf. I don't know if it's the newest golf anymore, but the golf that had like the Star Rush or whatever, where people could just run around. That added, I think it was Charge and Chuck. That one added. I was like,
Mhm.
yes. And then Fever specifically added just as new characters, the Piranha Plant, Baby Luigi's first time in a Mario Tennis game, which is kind of shocking.
Yeah.
Nabbit and Goomba, and then
Mhm.
Baby Wario, and then the invention of Baby Waluigi.
Incredible.
It's funny.
That's
Waluigi was invented to be Wario's partner in the original Mario Tennis, and now here we are, 2025, 2076, whatever the hell this game released. Baby Waluigi is introduced in a Mario Tennis game. It's like we're back. We're back.
Come full circle. Now we need old Waluigi.
I mean, I would not mind. Like, listen, if we're gonna get baby versions of these characters, I would actually be okay with like, okay, give me geriatric Mario. It would be funny.
With that exact name, yes.
Like tennis games give this camera. We have Spike in there, the Luma, Dry Bones and Dry Bowser, Wiggler.
Mm-hmm.
I like that they're giving these different choices.
Yeah, whoever's in charge of roster development for those games needs to be also in charge of roster development for all the other sports spinoffs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see what was the weird twist in the new golf.
I think Chain Chomp is playable in that golf game.
Yeah, that's where Chain Chomp first became playable, was one of the golf games.
That's pretty incredible.
No, I think it was Aces. Aces Chain Chomp was first. Okay,
that's one of the greatest
Rush.
innovations of this Switch generation has been playable Chain Chomp.
Yeah. So yeah, Super Rush. Added in new Chart and Chuck, King Bob-omb,
Hell yeah.
Ninja getting its first playable appearance,
Yeah.
Wiggler, and Shy Guy.
Yep.
Shy Guy hadn't been in a Mario Golf before.
Weird. And you
Yeah.
learned that Ninja is a backdoor introduction for the Mario Galaxy movie.
Yep.
I hope we get Ward in the next one.
I
Not the next movie. He's already been in the movie.
I
The
think
next spin-off.
Ward definitely should be in at least one of these spin-offs. Whether it's kart, whether it's golf, whether it's tennis, definitely get
Yeah.
Ward in there.
There's no excuse now. The updated design is already right there in the film.
Yep. I mean, they can't do that exact design. They have to. It's not, you can't just port
Oh sure, but
movie
yeah,
to
like
game. But
there's some evident like Showtime Peach is a little more informed by the movie,
yeah,
slightly. Yeah. Um. Yes. Awesome. I hope that just like backyard baseball got its fateful return all these years later, I do hope we get a new Mario baseball game. I really enjoyed Mario Baseball. It's nice to play a baseball game that's not just all-star baseball, blah blah blah, MLB, which has its place, but to bring all the characters out on the field. I don't know. There's something about arcade baseball that is just so much more interesting than real baseball.
and also it's more interesting having characters than real people. I'm sorry, like unless you're like a big person into sports, I don't see how. Oh man, you can play as Jerry McDougal from the Kansas City Trifielders in FIFA baseball 2027. I don't know,
Oh my
man.
god.
I know it's not
Oh man.
FIFA. I'm aware of that,
Oh
but I
lord.
was like, the first things that come to mind I have to come up with the words, or I was just gonna tramble on and on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's somebody out there that'll be listening to this who will be like so offended
Oh
by
yeah,
that.
I know somebody. I've still got to defend when I said FIFA baseball, and also when I said Kansas City Trifielders.
I was like, that
Because like
doesn't
I know
exist.
there's the Royals, but I explicitly did not want to say the Royals. I wanted to
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
anything else.
That's incredible. That's incredible. I agree. I mean, I used to love watching baseball and attended a game as a kid. I want to get back into it too. Like I looked at batting cages a few days ago and it's like, okay, this is where I can get hurt by a 90-mile-per-hour fastball thrown by a robot. I'm excited for this. But
When did you become
at the same time,
Japanese?
video. What was that?
When did you become Japanese?
When did I become Japanese?
For
Why
some
is
reason,
that?
batting cages are a thing. I don't know. Persona 5.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was just because Japan loves baseball so much, like the two
I mean,
baseball
yes.
countries in America. Um, yeah. Well, my great grandma's was from Okinawa, so it's a very small percentage,
Eh,
and that very small percentage loves baseball.
well, there it is.
But all that to say, I mean, video game wise, I agree. Like, I really don't have an intense longing for like the realistic sports games. I like some of them. I like the ones I grew up with as a kid because I grew up with them as a kid. Like, and then like the slight innovations, like the original NBA Jam and Techno Bowl. They're slightly interesting, but still, give me Mario. Give me Baby Mario, and Old Man Mario
Where
in my
is
baseball.
Legend of Zelda baseball? Why does only Mario get the sports spinoff?
Yeah, that would be fucking
Serious.
hilarious.
Now,
Yeah,
unfortunately, I can't argue for, oh, let's have Nintendo baseball, because then we're not going to
yeah,
get the weird choices of Chain Chomp or Nabbit.
right.
We're not going to get those if
Yeah,
we have it just be Smash Tennis. Oh, wait, that's a
yeah,
different game entirely.
yeah. That's a
Super
Sonic
Smash
game.
Tennis. No, actually, it's I think it's a it's either an NES or an SNES game. Smash Tennis.
Sweet.
It's not good.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's an older game. There is a Sega Tennis. There's also a Nicktoons Tennis I've learned recently, and you can play an AR version of it on your mobile device. I was scrolling back to that. through Instagram the other day, and I saw this ad. It's like, play on any surface in your home with Nicktoons Power Tennis or whatever, and it showed little Garfield playing with a tennis racket on over the desk. It's like, wow,
Okay, that's not
you
bad.
almost got me with that Garfield. Almost.
Just go out buy a little, like a table, and then you put tennis on the table. Wait a minute.
Yeah. And then I can get
Great.
dressed up
We've
as Garfield.
reinvented table tennis.
What if we play tennis with tables?
I mean, what if we had half table and we put it against a wall,
Yes.
and then we played against ourselves?
Do you like table tennis? Are you a table tennis person?
I
Ping pong?
played it. Yeah. I want to say like I'm actively going out there and hunting for table tennis locations. But yeah, I've played it.
I used to be more mobile, I guess, because last time I played it was at a work party, and I could hit it pretty hard, which actually is not a skill in table tennis. And the ball landed like on her eye, and she like held it like an eye patch, kind of like a pirate, which was a moment. It was funny. What's the game where you throw the stack into the hole? Cornhole.
I hate that game. I hate the game because of its name. I think its name is one of the dumbest fucking names of any game or sport-like activity out there in all of fucking existence.
Yeah, I don't
Who
get
the
the
fuck came up with? I mean, I get it. It's probably because like the bags were originally just like filled with corn seeds or something.
Oh,
But
so then you put it in the hole.
cornhole, yeah, cornhole is just the dumbest fucking name.
Cornhole does sound like an insult. Like, hey, cornhole.
If I don't, you know what? I have to look something up now. Where was it? Where was it invented?
Kansas.
A German cabinet maker? Apparently, it was either a German cabinet maker or North American Indian tribes.
Interesting.
Yeah, as a kid, like I knew that it's game as like beanbag toss is what I knew it as a kid, and then I grew up and people are calling it cornhole. It's like that's dumb. That's a dumb fucking name.
Yeah.
There is no known origin exactly.
Wow, interesting. Nope.
But the first one to use beanbags was by this German guy, and he sold the rights to a Massachusetts toy manufacturer who gave it the name Faba Baga.
Yeah, which means beanbag.
But I don't know like where the cornhole name came from. But I could only assume it was some redneck area.
Yeah, I would
give it the name.
I would call it Fava Baga. I'm going to call it that from now on. That's like
Cincinnati.
Amazing. Wow. Okay.
Well, all right. Pack it up. We're done. Goodbye.
Pointed in our big city folk. All I was going to say is I'm pretty good at that game. That and the shuffleboard. I like shuffleboard.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm pretty bad.
Push or bowls. I got introduced to bowls through Neopets.
Is that like what is that like the
like there's the circle with the rings in it. You throw the thing. You're trying to get like you slide it down. You're trying to get in the middle, or throw it. Some versions, but then the next person comes up and they could knock yours away.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, very similar to shuffleboard.
Oh, is it? Okay, maybe that's just what Neopets called it. I don't know.
Yeah, because shuffleboard, there's two versions that I've played. One is the one where you carry like that big like hockey-like stick, and then you shove the bowls across on a field, and I think that might be what you're thinking of. And then the other one is a tabletop game where there's like sand laid out across a long wooden board, and you're like throwing these like Beyblade-sized discs across the wooden plank, and you have to enter within like the center field before a certain line, or else you're scoring into the other person's zone.
Yeah, I definitely don't know
So
the
there's
sex version of that. I'm thinking more the first.
there's some element, yeah. So there, and in both, there's an element of like knocking each other's stuff off, which is also true in like Fava Baga. I find that I'm pretty good at those games where you like have to assess distance and throw. Like those are pretty like the slightly more strategic games. Of course, the aerobic games are where I'm like fucked. I'm not great at table tennis. I'm not great at air hockey. I'm not great at fucking whatever pickleball. God.
Pickleball
Mm.
is table tennis, but you're standing and your opponent is a wall.
Yeah. Used to be great at Foursquare in fifth grade.
Oh
Yeah, four
man.
plays. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
in tetherball.
Yeah. You were a Foursquare kid too, huh? I was so disappointed because I was fourth place in the finals, and then I was supposed to play in the finals, and then I got sick and I couldn't do it. And I came back and like it was over. We had to disqualify you. I was like, damn.
Ah,
Very sick.
those are the days. No
You know what
worries.
happened?
No having to worry about the bullshit of the world.
Yeah, I think the last time I really had no worries was probably about sixth grade or seventh grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times. That was right before we met each other. I think there might be a correlation.
Shit.
When did I? Wow, I met you and yeah,
Well, I don't know.
probably.
Sixth grade. Sixth grade, I would have been 11 or yeah, 11 or 12, I think.
Mhm.
So no, it would not have been then because it would have
No,
been
no, for me,
2006,
for
2007 is when we would have met, or not
yeah,
met, but like encountered each other online.
2007 was yeah, it was late 2006 or early 2000, whatever, one
Wait,
of those years. So 2006, I was in sixth grade.
yeah.
2007, I wasn't. So yeah, it was around there. I was like 13 years old.
Mm,
Hmm.
I was
And
not.
around 13 is about right because yeah, I know because that's when the chemicals start to tighten in your brain. Things are changing in your body, and then you start to become depressed and hate yourself, and then life isn't so easy.
I'm trying to figure out a segue out of this topic.
Well, you know what happened a few weeks ago that I think if I don't mention it now, we probably won't mention it again. It was a pretty big life experience for my family.
You got married.
How could I miss our wedding? I'm so sorry.
To your barber.
What? Did
Yeah,
my barber I'm seeing tomorrow to get a spa facial,
yeah,
manicure, pedicure, and
yeah,
haircut?
yeah.
Well, that wouldn't be the worst. Can you imagine getting a spa facial, manicure, pedicure, and haircut every day of your life in
No,
exchange for the
that's
great
too much
love of
touch.
your your heart and soul commitment to the love of, and did you know that wedding in the dictionary
How
is
about?
defined
Oh my god.
as a melding of two metal materials?
I don't know if I've ever had to say get back on topic on this fucking show, but get back on topic.
It is your fault.
It is. It is.
Anyway,
Oh dear.
my dog got bit by a rattlesnake
Ooh.
around his eye, which was pretty worrisome. So the snake, my sister brought the dogs out into the backyard, which by the way is completely squadroned off when we moved into this house, which is on the outskirts of North Tucson, and Catalina is the name of the community. Um, and we live. You've been here once, kind of. Well, you
Yeah.
stayed in Airbnb in Catalina for a few
I
days.
saw your house from the outside.
Yeah, yeah. And so it's very rural, and we live about a mile into this neighborhood at the top of a hill. So, and it's all sandy desert and forestry and stuff. So there's a lot of opportunity for these animals to exist, and we have found ways to coexist with all sorts of snakes and lizards and spiders and javelinas, which are basically wild pigs, and coyotes and mountain lions and bobcats. None of that is really, and deer. All of that we see, tortoises, so many things, and we just kind of live with it and live with them and observe them from a distance, and it's never been an issue. And then somehow, my dad and I, when we moved into this rural neighborhood, we pounded stakes into the ground, we put up chicken wire, we did all these things to secure the backyard for dogs. So that way, number one, they wouldn't just rove off the side of a cliff, and number two, so that way we could prevent some of these animals, like like poisonous frogs or whatever, from being able to just so easily come through the gate. But snakes are different. I mean, in theory, they can just squeeze through whatever the hell they want, go underground, whatever. So somehow a snake got in the yard, and it was late. It was like 10 o'clock at night. So last call for dogs to go potty time. My sister brought him out, and there was a western diamondback rattlesnake in the backyard. And within less than 5 seconds, before she could have done anything, the dogs jumped out there and instead of hiding from the snake, observed the snake, and the snake bit my dog. And my dog's response was also to try and then attack and kill the snake instead of running away from it. So my sister had to pull him away and my other dog away, and thankfully the snake didn't bite both dogs. And so we kept him for like maybe 10 minutes, and because this has never happened before, they were like observing him, and he was definitely bit to some degree because he was like somewhat delirious and just kind of standing there wobbling back and forth. So my sister and mom brought him to the emergency vet at about 10:30, and they stayed there they got home at 4 a.m. and it was quite a night. Like, I had to soothe our other dog and make sure that she was all good because she was extremely distressed from everything going on. And eventually they went to bed, and I just stayed up the whole night waiting for the news, because I knew I couldn't really go to bed anyway. And so the snake bit around his eye, but not on his eye. So it, like, let's say it got, it sunk a tooth in up above his eyebrow, and then just kind of nicked right underneath his eye as well. So there was significant swelling around the eye for about 6 to 7 days, and his eye was very, very gross. There was a lot of buildup of not mucus, but like eye gunk, and just a lot of swelling and a lot of redness, and the tooth mark was pretty deep. Like, it's even about 20 days out, it's still healing up all the way, because rattlesnake venom causes necrosis of the skin that it infects. So to a degree, we think that he will probably have some scarring there for the rest of his life, and probably, he has a Zuko-like redness on his eye.
Donner.
And and some of that might stick around. His hair might not fully grow back, and his skin might stay a little dilapidated. But he survived it after, and they can't. And apparently, it was a very horrendous time at the vet. Like, he's ill-tempered around vets, and they had to like throw a towel over his head and muzzle him, and give him some sort of shot to calm him down before shaving his legs and doing the anti-venom, which is very similar to like getting an iron injection. So like, my mom gets a blood test, and then she gets an iron injection every month for her kidney failure, to keep her blood clean, and where it's supposed to be at. And that injection of iron takes like 5 to 10 minutes, because it's like, literally, it's like you can't just shove it all in there at once, because it's almost metal. Like, it's very thick. So the anti-venom is also extremely thick. So they're sitting there for all these hours just pumping the anti-venom into them. And the weird thing is, too, so the swelling starts at the eye, and with snake venom, and apparently this is true in humans as well, it travels down through your bloodstream, and it evacuates through, like, your poop and pee. So he had serious diarrhea for days because it was snake venom diarrhea, which is disgusting. But also, just the idea, like, so the swelling, like literally the swelling traveled from his eye to his mouth. Like he looked like one of those dogs, like
Chipmunks.
when they have those memes of the dogs look like chipmunks, yeah, because they were stung by a bee in their face, like really really inflated face. He had a Snoopy face for several days, and then it went down into his neck, and then it went down, yeah, and then it travels like a little bit through the legs, and then I think for him it kind of went away, but in theory it could have like traveled down like through his chest and his stomach and his butt. I'm like, what is? And I'm like, what is this dog, man? Like he just gets into these situations. This is maybe the fourth near fatal experience he's had in 6 years, and twice he swallowed things he really shouldn't have, like rocks and plastic bags and shit that needed to be evacuated like forcefully from his body. Another time, his intestines became severely inflamed and he almost died. And there's a mystery. No one knows why that happened. And now this. And I'm just like, he is 6 years old, or he's turning 6 or turning 7. I can't entirely recall. I guess he's turning 7. No, he's turning 6. So it's just like, how, like, if a dog lives like 10 to 15 years, who's got, it's like if this were a human being, there would be like betting odds. I'm like,
I was
oh yeah,
about to say, like, you start doing a bet on like what's gonna happen next.
yeah, it's like, it's horrible. I could be like, Jacqueline, I'll bet you $1,000 that Xander like gets into some freak accident and dies in the next year, because this has been his luck. But
I mean, there's
I
definitely
think,
gonna be a freak accident. The
yeah,
question is, what freak accident?
yeah, and you know what? And all jokes aside, it's a really good thing that the snake didn't get both dogs, because my sister had to pay for this, and it was $2,000. $2,000 to save a dog's life. It's like, what sort of value do you have to place on a life, which is really messed up. And luckily, some other things have happened where she was able to recoup that money. But it was like, damn, like she evacuated all of her savings in a day, and then proceeded to make that back again. Like but I'm just saying, like, if there were not a way for her to have made that back, that's a major setback.
Yeah.
And if that happened with both dogs, one of them might have not made it through, because we might have had to make the really heinous, terrible choice of like, okay, well, which dog do you want to save, and which dog is going to die of getting bitten by a rattlesnake?
Yep.
And we just have these new precautions now, so we just, no matter what, even though it didn't happen nary a time except for once in 6 years, every time we let the dogs out now, we walk the yard, check for snakes before letting them out.
Get a big old privacy fence.
Yeah, and I'm wondering what the heck we can do to try, because again, like, we have some fencing up, and it's just like, what can we do to try and prevent this? But just making sure that there's a clear line of sight everywhere from our deck to look over the entire yard and make sure there's not anything like that that can surprise us. And then after we walk the yard, we let them out. But to an extent, it's like we just kind of let the dogs roam in the backyard for hours, and we can't do that anymore because of this thing that happened, this freak accident.
Yeah.
And it's kind of messed up, because these are big animals. They're Xander's 80 pounds and 3 feet tall, and Zoe, our sheepadoodle, is bigger. She's like 90 to, she's like, oh, it's like 120 pounds. These are massive dogs, and they should have their ability. They're still young to be able to run and jump and play and roughhouse, because they need to expend all that energy. And it's just like, we kind of can't let them unless we're also out there for hours, which is not really tenable. So yeah, that's unfortunate. It's just, luckily my parents were able to retire, which I don't think is a benefit I will ever have, or my sister, or anyone in our generation. I think that the entirety of millennials would work until they die, and that's the nature of the country that we live in. But Luckily, my parents are retired, so my dad is able to pay them more attention. But God, what a situation! And here is where some pictures of Xander will appear along the screen. Like we did that one time with that lady who signed that image of you, and you signed that image of yourself, and we gave it to her at the airport terminal.
I kind of had to have the image pre-given to me before I can do that.
Yeah. And then it's like here's Xander with his swollen head, and here he is now. He's looking better.
I have no pictures to display. I can't click the button to reveal them. That's how this works.
Yep. You're looking at it right now.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Hold on. You mean
So how looking at this that I just pulled up. That's it. You send a picture, and then I had to download it, and then I had to put it into the Streamlabs. It's a process.
It's a whole thing.
Yes. I can't just make it magically happen with the click of a button unless I already had it set up pre-recording.
Oh, okay, but what?
Also, nobody's watching this. They're only listening.
Yeah. No, Uncle Doug is watching it.
Well, the Uncle Doug already knows what your dog looks like.
Eric's mom's watching it.
No, I think they're just doing the audio version.
No, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I might have sent a picture in of him already. I'm trying to look one up on my phone. It's hard because I have so many hundreds of pictures of my dogs on my phone. Anyway. Just imagine it. Just imagine it. It was such a macabre experience.
I don't want to imagine it. Because I don't want to imagine the dog looking like that.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? There's a couple things I could move into now. So I watched it last night. You watched it previously. Punisher: One Last Kill. First of all, I have never wanted to just viscerally murder somebody more than I have than when I saw the opening first 5 minutes of Punisher: One Last Kill. That person is a monster. It needs to be ripped to shreds and then fed their own pieces.
And that's one of those guys.
First of all, this asshole white punk comes in, and I say white for a reason because he's going up to a black homeless man and just beats his head in. Not to the death, but he just randomly comes to this guy and just kicks him in the head, takes the guy's hat, takes the guy's dog, and at first you think he's just going to take the dog. No, he threw the dog into oncoming traffic, and I'm just like, I could not speak. I could not stop could not turn my head. It was like, I need to kill this man. I need to get into the show and kill this man because you are a piece of fucking shit. The lowest of the low. Nobody have ever wanted to kill more than that character right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, Fisk did a really good job of cleaning up New York when he was mayor.
That's another question. When the fuck does this show take place?
I'm assuming.
I think it's before Daredevil Born Again. I feel like.
Before, really interesting.
I think so because he starts out just being all fucked up in the head, going through his trauma again, and by the end he's put back together and he looks like Punisher again, which is I think how he looks in Born Again. I don't know. Originally I thought it was I didn't know what thing was going to be in it. It was I thought it was going to take place between seasons 1 and 2 when he gets locked up, but no.
Yeah, because it's the big plot question is where was Frank Castle in season 2 of Daredevil Born Again?
Considering at the end of season 1 he got locked up in Fisk's holding facility.
Right, and why did the Punisher escape on his own? Why did he not save Swordsman and all those other guys?
Yeah.
Where was he? Which we didn't get that question answered. That's okay.
What did you think about the show overall?
I thought overall there were some really fantastic action sequences, and that was kind of the whole of it.
Thank you. I was worried you were going to like it more than I did. Because I did not care for it. The action sequences were the last action sequence, I guess I really should say, as the only one. Because, like, yeah, Punisher's a character that is fucked up and has a lot of trauma. But I looked to see like where I was at time was at one point. I was like, oh, I'm at 26 minutes out of like 49, and he's still hasn't gone. He's still going. Nothing has happened. All that's happened
Mhm.
is we saw this other guy be a punk ass bitch. We saw Punisher is hallucinating people because of his trauma, which is fair. And then we
Mhm.
saw Ma Nietzsche, I guess was how it was pronounced, accuse him, say like, you killed my family, and then we saw flashbacks of somebody killing the family, but they didn't show his face. Then we showed like the Punisher logo, and that she was going to set everybody on him. And I thought it was going to be a whole thing. It was like somebody was going to impersonating him, and that he was going to deal with that. Because at one point, I don't know, I guess it was just in his hallucinations again. He walked past himself. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, that's interesting. And no, I guess he just did it, but his trauma is making him forget that he did it or something. I don't fucking know. But then like people had said like, oh yeah, she's gonna she got cast. It was like, oh, so that's gonna be our villain for this. I wouldn't really say there was a villain. She just, I mean, I guess technically, but she just had a conversation with him, told him like how all these people killed her family, and then she said, and it was you. I was like, and then she left, and we just saw a bunch of random generic thugs try to kill Punisher and it not go well. And then by the
Yeah,
end
I
of
mean,
it, I was about like as we're getting to the end of it, I was about to call it like this is complete utter 0 out of 10 garbage. And then that punk ass bitch showed up and Punisher punished him. It's like, all right, I'm okay now. 10 out of 10. That guy got punished. No, I don't think it was good at all. I think
yeah,
what Punisher one last kill. First of all, there was a lot of kills.
yeah. The title
Terrible
was
title,
confusing.
and I don't think the whole product was. I mean, shot well, but what the
Mhm.
fuck was going on? Nothing
Right,
happened.
right. Right. I don't understand why, as the Punisher, he just didn't kill that woman right there and continue on with taking
Yeah,
everyone out.
considering that family was also one of the ones connected to the murder of his family. If that's the case, and if he did kill all the rest of the Nietzsche's, and she's right there,
Yeah, take her out. I
that
mean,
would
if
Punisher
if
do.
Castle wouldn't have cared if he died right after, they would have taken her out.
Yeah, Castle doesn't give a
But
fuck if he lives.
yeah, um, elements again. The just the ramping up of the violence. I'm like, okay, at least we know that Disney's not afraid to go here. Um,
Boy,
having yeah, like the when he killed the man with a pen was
I,
very
I'll,
entertaining.
But
Uh,
in that scene, I was like, oh, you like covering your body in ink? Let me give you some more.
yeah, yeah, it's
Jesus
like holy shit.
Christ.
It was pretty intense. So like that stuff, I'm like, the again, like the primitive mind. I'm like caveman like violence. I'm very very easily entertained by just like the creativity that Bernthal put into like here's how we're gonna kill these guys. But besides that, like there was no plot. There was no inherent drive. He kind of just went from place to place with no reason.
Yeah.
Uh, and to have this moment where like before the pen scene, because that thug was harassing this family with a kid, to have Frank Castle hesitate and have to think about helping those guys, I was like, really?
I think
So then, like
what I'm
what?
assuming there is that like he hadn't killed in a while. This is why I kind of feel like it's before Daredevil, because it seemed like
Mhm.
he had stopped killing. That's why it's called One Last Kill.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't like what I'm seeing, but I'm trying to not kill. I'm trying not to be that anymore. Which is also why I didn't really think like I thought he was being impersonated with the Nietzsche
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm.
But then it's like, okay,
But
nope, he's going and he's saying, fuck it, I'm not letting that happen. Like Frank
yeah,
Castle, murderous, crazy bastard. But don't fuck with a child in front of him.
yeah. I mean, this is who Frank Castle is. He is a killer. He likes to kill people, and he has a certain level of code. And it's like, okay, you've established this for the like third or fourth time, let's move on with the character now.
Yeah, we just let him
Mm-hmm.
be. Just let him be.
I mean,
Please,
yeah,
dear
I
God,
really
let him be
like
good in
it.
Spider-Man. Please, dear God.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be, but I do think that this was a lesson of like they let Bernthal run the show on this basically, and this is what he wanted to turn in. It's like, okay, let's maybe not do that again.
Like if that was just like if that was just
Yeah.
like a couple episodes of a show, like they need to just make a Punisher show and not a special presentation of 46, 49 minutes. Make a show like
There's a
take
lot.
this concept, set it before Daredevil, show that like in the years since the Infinity War blip, whatever the fuck it was called, and all the time that they spent off screen from the Netflix shows, and that he went through some shit. He was trying to Zen mode it out or some shit, and then he just went through trauma. And then it's like here he's finding his breaking point again. Somebody impersonated him. He has to go out and stop it, and then he goes back into he has to accept that his killer self. That could have been a good, decent 8 episode show. Instead, they made a 46-minute presentation.
Yeah,
That's a lot of nothing.
which has kind of been my issue with X-Men '97 this season too. I know you haven't started watching it, so I
Yeah, I
will
didn't even know
keep
it
it.
started until like yesterday.
Yeah, but I mean, it's great. It's as great as you think it is going to be based on season one. And this is an issue with season one too. The only issue I have with that show is like the Disney thing where it's like so much plot happens off screen and they just have to explain it away because they have eight episodes to do it in. The Punisher, yeah, it could have been an 8 episode show, a 12 episode show. It could have been a 2 hour movie instead of a 45 minute one. Like there are ways they could have skirted around it. It was just it was a nothing sandwich. It doesn't offend me that it exists, but it also is not. It's just whatever. It's a
Yeah.
lot of whatever.
Of the 3 special presentations we've got on Disney Plus from Marvel, it ranks third.
Oh
It's
yeah, easily.
below Guardians
Werewolf by
Christmas
Night.
Special, and it's below Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, the Christmas special is funny.
Yeah, it was.
What I don't agree with is, there was a lot of resentment towards John Bernthal online after that was released, and I was like, "Are you guys serious? Like, how fickle is a fan base in the community? You beg
Very.
and plead and cry for these Netflix era characters to come back. They're the perfect representation. Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, John Bernthal." And it's like, oh, well, the second that we get one mediocre product, you're like, oh, it's John Bernthal's fault. Maybe he shouldn't be Punisher.
That's how it
And I
always
was like,
goes.
are you
Like,
kidding me?
you can get all the greatest grace in the world, like do all the right things. As soon as you do one misstep, everybody focuses in on that, no matter what it fucking is. Because as a society, I don't know if it's just natural or that's something that has been knocked into us by our news cycle, but good good things are not news. Bad
Yeah,
things generate discussion and clicks and people going nuts. It gets views. It's horrible, but it's where we are.
yep,
People only go get loud about bad things. We never
yeah,
get loud about good things.
yeah. Yeah, Bernthal is a great Punisher. Put him in better shit.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, the calls for like, we need a different Punisher. I'm like, who? And also, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. So, moving on to another topic here. Kind of we have a little small commitment, you know. There's a certain project.
Oh, our marriage.
No, don't even fucking joke because the internet is the internet. I swear to fuck.
What if
I
we
have had
finally
people that have thought I was in a relationship with other guys before. It's like, just because like I'm friends and I talk to them. No. Do not.
This is strictly a platonic love.
There's nothing. Fuck's sake. The internet is fucking weird. Do not feed the internet.
No, not at all.
Even though I know nobody watches this fucking show. But do
Well,
Fucking
this is what'll
not.
finally get us onto
No.
the run.
No, well, because nobody's going to listen to this for to an hour and 24 minutes and hear that.
You'd be surprised. I always start my podcast about that much in.
No, you don't. Any fucking ways. Moving on. I want to talk more about video game stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So first of all, hey, like the City NT continued thing, yeah, that thing. I don't have 4 characters to talk about this time around because we already talked about 2025's characters, especially to 2026, and well, we've only had 2 characters, quote unquote, release this year.
Yeah.
The next one will be next month. It'll be next episode. Next talk about that character and only that character in that part. Then
September 2026.
Yeah. So who might I have added to the roster for March and June of this year? Well, as I bring it up to look, yes. So, I thought I did that character. That character's next time. So, a lot of times it's, hey, there's not a game to promote here. So, what game hasn't had a character in a while? And I pick one because for the first part of Love last year, the only games that were released were, well, Dragon 10 Offline got another update. Dragon Quest 10 update, I mean. Final 7 Rebirth got another port. And then Bravely Default got its remaster. And I'm not adding a Bravely Default character. If I did, it would be hard because, hey, look, class changing. Which one? The villain would be easy. The villain would be Alternus.
Yep.
But then the problem is that the hero character would most likely be Tiz because they always stick with whoever is the person. But Tiz is the most boring choice you can do from Bravely Default.
Put Ring a Bell, man, you cowards.
I would pick Edea, honestly, if I get to pick anything, because I think Edea would pair best against Alternus. Ring a Bell would from a certain point of view, but I like Edea for it more.
I like Edea because she says "murger gur."
She would be funny with her dialogue.
Yeah.
But who did I choose? Well, I looked through. I decided, you know what, we're gonna pick somebody from Final Fantasy VIII. That's what I wanted to do. And 8 so far has Squall, Renoa, Laguna, and Ultimecia. That's it. It's like, okay, maybe this could be when I can pick Cypher. We can have finally bring in another villain, a small-time villain. But then I'm looking ahead at other things like, actually, no, I don't think I can do Cypher here. For very good reasons. So Cypher's going to have to wait.
One of the Egyptian gods.
That's Slifer.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But as far as who else I could pick from 8, I hate to say that there's not good options, but Irvine is just a guy with a shotgun. He doesn't do anything really special. I mean, he's got different ammo types. Zell is a brawler, and we've already got a few other punchy types. Selphie has nunchucks, and that's different.
Yeah.
And then there's Quistis, who fights with a whip and who has blue magic. It's like, okay, there's 2 unique avenues to pull from to make a character. Boom, Quistis. First character for 2026 and our newest character from 8.
Yeah.
And it's the first new character from 8 that I chose. Because Laguna was the first one I did for this whole thing, but he was just a missing veteran character. But who's next? Who's next? Who might be the reason why I said no Cypher? Oh, because there's a more important villain that needs to be included. Because it's been 2 years... It's been 3 years since their game released. 2 years since their hero was added. I think they're a waste of a character. I don't think they were very good in their original game at all. I think they were quite boring and uninteresting. But here you go, Barnabas. From Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
Here you are.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Of all the villains, like, yeah, it's an interesting name. Like him having a transmission to Odin does give him some gameplay stuff. It's either him or it's Ultima, and Ultima is even more boring. When I was playing through 16, I could not give a single solitary fuck about Ultima. Barnabas, I thought was going to be interesting, and then he just became Ultima's bitch.
Yeah.
Or was revealed to always have been Ultima's bitch, and his boss fight wasn't even that good. Like, the boss fights have been stepping things up each time, like with the primals. The Garuda fight, the Titan fight, the Bahamut fight, and the Odin fight was a nothing burger.
Mm-hmm.
I barely actually get to fight him in Odin form. It's just like, command prompts in the Odin form and a cutscene, and then you're just back to slashing Barnabas in Barnabas form. Like, that's so bad.
The
So, yeah, sure,
Punisher one
Barnabas,
last
I guess.
kill of Final Fantasy 16. There you go.
If I wish Benedicta lasted longer. Benedicta was a more interesting character than Barnabas.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's Christus.
Yeah, Quistis the Whip, the one who has issues because she's the youngest person to get their teaching license, and then was deemed a failure because she couldn't rein in a certain troublemaker cough, Cypher cough, and then she had a
Yeah.
whole crisis of am I any good at what I do type of thing.
It's a crisis at her core.
Hmm. hmm. In other Final Fantasy news, couple of things.
Oh
One,
yeah,
I'm replaying Final Fantasy X-2 right now
cool.
because I know eventually I'm going to record 10 and 10-2, and 10-2 has a problem with its 100% system, where you need to get 100% in order to get the true ending, but you're really not supposed to do 100% in one playthrough. You can. You're kind of meant to do it in two.
Yeah,
But there's a lot of little ways that you can just lose out 100% forever. Because it's like, if you don't talk to one NPC that is missable in the fucking prologue, you have to go out of your way, know that they're there, because you don't see them unless you go to a certain area, then you miss out on 0.2% forever. And you
yeah,
can't get it back until you
yeah.
replay and you get to do that part again. There's so many different parts of that. There's an NPC that talks for like 3 to 5 minutes, and multiple times dialogue boxes will pop up saying where you can either tell him to please stop talking or to keep going. But if you say anything, then he just stops and you lose percent. You just put the controller down. Don't touch it. There are many games where you are not supposed to do the best. You have
Yeah.
to fail to get a certain scene, and that will give you another scene later on.
Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit. Honestly, 10-2's 100% system is bullshit.
That's
And
kind of completely unfounded and ridiculous.
yeah, and several years ago when Robo Ozzo was streaming, I built for them a 100% guide referencing like 2 or 3 different guides on game FAQs to get it as perfect as it could. And we got to the end, they were missing 0.2%, and I could not figure out where the fuck they had been missing 0.2%. So like, okay, I need to replay this now, referencing the guide that I made before, but also using a save checker that will tell me what my complete percent is, because the game will give you percents like you could have like 18.2%, but the game will not tell you those decimal points. It will only say 18. The save checker tells me 18.2. So I'm able to see what's there and what I'm missing with that. Very much thankfully. There's been a few times with it so far where I've I've been missing a piece. I was like, where the fuck? What's going on here? Where did I lose a percent? And I've used both a save checker and also a save editor to try and figure this out. I was like, oh, I missed out on that NPC before I go do this mission. Shit. And I was like, that's like 2 hours of running through an area and doing fights and leveling up my different abilities. It's also got a class system where I can choose which abilities I want to learn in it. So it's like, I don't feel like doing that again. Hey, save editor, check this flag. Ah, that's better. This played like I've played the game before. I've beaten the game before, so I'm using a save editor to like make sure. I'm just trying to build out the 100% plan. Whenever I do eventually record it, I'm going to do it normal. I'm not going to save edit flags on here, but I'm just trying to fix the guide up. So it's like I don't care. It's fine. I'm doing it. Nobody can stop me. I'm just playing it for me here. And I'm currently like I don't want to say between like a third of the way to halfway into chapter 2. There's 5 chapters. Chapter 4 is very short.
Nice.
It's nothing. It's almost as nothing as quick segue. Ghost of Yote's Act 2, which is less than 8 hours long. And I'm after just 2 streams, I am at Act 3 now. It's like, oh, okay, I might be done with the game next week.
So
Huh.
Act 1 is like 20 hours, and then Act 2 is 8.
Uh more.
Something like
More
that.
than
Yeah,
20.
more than, yeah.
Act 1 is four regions of the map. Act 2 is the 5th region of the map, and Act 3 is just the finale. Like I
Interesting.
like Yote's story, but the pacing was definitely better in Tsushima.
Mhm.
And the fact that like the different side characters all have like their storylines will like progress at different points in the game, I felt was a lot better structurally than how Yote has it.
Right.
Still good, but I would give the edge to Tsushima for which game was better.
I like all the side characters in Tsushima and how
Oh
they're
yeah.
fleshed out.
But back to some Final Fantasy. No more talking about 10 too. So I've said for years I want to do a D&D campaign based on Final Fantasy One because Final Fantasy One pulled a lot of stuff from D&D, like in terms of like monster design and such, and just some general mechanics. Like in the original version, like it was the original game didn't work off an MP system; it worked on a spell slot system, like D&D. And so the idea has always been, oh yeah, I could put Final Fantasy One, do it in D&D, and then like flesh out the world. And apparently, I've talked about that too much, and now I'm being forced to do it.
Taking forced Santok to play a game to a new level.
Like my group that I play with, we meet every other Friday, and my brother has been DMing a homebrew world that he and some other people worked on. But he's been through a variety of factors, burnt out and is having trouble um, doing planning and getting sessions ready. And a couple solutions have been talked about, and then a couple people would be like, "Oh, you've talked about doing this game." It's like, yeah, we kind of think that'd be fun. It's like, you do? Like, yeah, we've been talking about. It's like, well, you have. Oh, oh, okay. So it's happening. We just met up 2 days ago with the whole group. Be like, okay, here's what I can tell you from the start. Ask any questions that you have. There's some things I cannot tell you, but it's going to be Final Fantasy One using Dungeons and Dragons Fifth Edition, the 2014 rules. We decided instead of the 2024 rules because that's what was just more familiar. And there's an additional book I'm giving them that they can use as an option that takes all the classes and species and things from Final Fantasy 14 and makes them give them like D&D versions of them, and they were built for the 2014 rules, and the creators like, I have no plans to make 2024 editions of this shit. Do you know how much this fucking work is? Holy shit, this is more than what they gave us in the first group of 2024 rules. No, not happening. Fair enough,
Right.
sir. And so far they're all picking characters and races from the Final Fantasy 14 book, which is interesting. So currently
Cool.
I have my brother's playing a Moogle samurai. Yeah, yeah. And since Moogles didn't exist in Final Fantasy One, I give him like, here's all the different Moogle designs from across the games. Since you're gonna play one, I'm gonna let you pick what design the Moogle is. And so he picked the design from the Final Fantasy Tactics Advance games. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I like that design. One of our players is gonna be a Vera Dark Knight. It's like,
Cool.
oh, interesting.
Nice.
We have another player who's going to be playing a Hrothgar, which is like a lion person. And they're looking at either astrologian or dancer, possibly a multi-class. Astrologian is like a buffing class where they draw cards to get randomized buffs and they can give them to people. Their buffs are nuts. Dancers are a fun caster because there's three different like components of spellcasting D&D. There's verbal, there's somatic, which is like making hand motions, and then there is materials, which is like, yeah, you have to have this item to cast a spell. It's sometimes consumed depending on the spell. Dancers
Right.
don't have verbal components ever. Instead, they have to move 10 feet to cast their spell because they're dancing.
Interesting. Yeah.
And then the fourth player, we don't doesn't know for sure what their race is going to be, but they are currently leaning class wise either dancer or reaper, which is scythe, and also summoning a dark entity that you can command and fight for you.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's like we got some interesting shit that we might have in here, and like I
Yeah.
can't like I don't know like how it's going to start out because they kind of have to give me what their full characters are and backstories, history, and everything before I can really build that. But I've gotten some
Right.
ideas, and it's going to be interesting.
That's cool. So it sounds like you're was this your first time DMing?
No, I did like 2 or 3 sessions of Lost Ones of Fandelver years ago, but scheduling conflicts killed the group.
Mm-hmm. As they tend to. I mean, it's happened to us a few times. We tried getting going.
Yeah.
I'd love to do something with that one day. I know I say that, but I'm saying it again to maybe will it into the world at some point.
I mean, I've also got a Persona concept for a campaign that takes place at a traveling Ren fair, and the themes for it are heroes and what is a hero to you, dreams, both dreaming and also like your dreams, and fear and nightmares. That's like the central themes of my plot for a Persona game.
Nice. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I'm interested in that. That or some sort of like game club. Well, that's
Isn't that
cool.
this?
Kind of. Well, we do talk about games we played most recently. I haven't, like, to my credit, we're actually recording this episode like so soon after the previous month.
1 week after.
Yeah. So I haven't played anything new yet. I gave you like 4 games I'm playing right now, so
technically I have played something new since then, because I got to do the first 4 hours of Clear Obscure. And I'm doing the next 4 hours in an hour and a half.
Very cool. Yeah, excellent. Because it's Sunday, so hence the morning recording. Because we record in the morning on Sundays and get to know the guts and go into the hot dog a little bit.
Yeah, my evening's also open now. It's not normally, so it's like, hey, hypothetically.
Oh, interesting. Your evenings are open.
We can record the September episode in a few hours.
Yeah. We could talk about doing that sometime. I wouldn't be averse towards just knocking a couple episodes out of it, of like this and Supercast with us at the same time.
Yeah.
How's Clear Obscure? Because I own it and I haven't played it yet.
Good so far. I like how they opened up the game, because you know the concept is the paintress writes a number, and then like a year later, anybody that age or older dies. And they open with that of the 34 people, like they're apparently like part of things like because they always send an expedition, but then they also plan a farewell like fucking festival, and then they give like a last goodbye to people as they
get Thanos away
into flower petals.
Yeah.
Why flower petals? I don't quite understand. I thought I was gonna be like paint swirls, but you know. But they do that, and then you immediately go off in your expedition, and I can't say. I need you to play like the first couple hours, so that I can just talk about something I really like that they did with the main character. You know, because it's a kind of immediate spoiler. It's like shit. But I left off, I 4 hours in, and I'm gonna be going to a new, some kind of like village, I guess, some kind of like little guide merchant village. At the start of the next stream, I'm having trouble with the parrying system, which I knew I was gonna have. And if I have to, I have no fears turning on difficulty because I don't want this to be a miserable experience.
Right.
We'll see.
Interesting. All right, cool. It's literally on my stack of games, like right in front of me. There it is.
Nope, not you. Nope, not you.
Very nice. Oh yeah.
Because also I get some context. I've been replaying through a remake to prepare for Revelation, and I'm only playing that one on Fridays where there's people over. And I'm at where did I leave off? Right after the plate fell, and I'm in the last chapter doing more side quests.
Nice. There's Falsebound Kingdom.
Yeah. Great game.
Yes, indeed.
And then,
okay, well, that's all good.
Friday, I picked up a couple things.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I want both of those. Those might be around the bench for me too.
We went to Blockbuster because my roommate needed to get a micro SD card for their Steam Deck so that they could download Final Fantasy 14.
Sweet.
And so I don't know. I think they got it downloaded. It took a while because it's a beefy game, and they're gonna play Avira because they really like the concept of the bunny nation where it's like the it's extremely matriarchal. Not that men are considered trash or anything, but it's like women run the society. The men, once they are of age to go out on their own, go into the forest where they live basically a solitary life, and they just defend the forest. And then every 3 to 5 years, they may come back to town to make more bunnies. And it's only if a female Vera accepts them. It's a very different society.
Interesting. Are they also playing the Vera in your D&D
Yeah.
campaign?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the fourth player might play Vera as well. I'm not sure if that's what they're doing. Yeah. They said that they were talking to them about like how they might do something where like their characters have some connection, so they might also be a Vera. If that's the case, I know what kind of hook to give them in the beginning to get them moving. But I have to see what they give me.
Let's just review that sentence that you said in 2026. We went to Blockbuster.
I'm sorry, did I say Blockbuster?
Yeah.
And I noticed I wrote that down in the notes. I meant Best Buy.
Oh.
Very different kind of business, and still alive.
Well, I was gonna say, like, is the one Blockbuster in your state? I know that. No, I'm pretty sure there's a Blockbuster in Arizona. I think that's the story. I think that's somewhere I could go on a day trip.
Well, sounds like something you should do and just talk about it in some kind of I don't know, audio visual discussion format.
Maybe we record it live and you chime in on the DVDs I'm renting.
Maybe.
X-Men Apocalypse.
Mm.
An extremely goofy movie.
That's a better choice.
Scooby-Doo.
Which one?
The one where Scrappy becomes like a demon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the first one.
It is, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, well, that's cool. Yeah, there's Best Buys are becoming rarer too. It seems like most of the electronic box stores are. No more Circuit City, Radio Shack gone, Blockbuster almost entirely gone. I like a good trip to Best Buy. The one nearest to my place closed down. I have to drive about 45 minutes into town to get to one if I wanted to. It's kind of a chore. But it's nice to head over there sometimes and see what's going on. Cosmic Invasion, I really want to play that. That looks like such a fun game.
It's a side-scrolling beat-em-up. We don't get very many of those anymore. And it's like Marvel characters, and some that you don't typically get to see in Marvel games, because who the fuck is going to bring in I think that's Quasar.
Yeah.
And then
it's interesting.
Yeah, there's Beta Ray Bill, Spider-Man, Captain America, Rocket Raccoon, She-Hulk, Storm, Wolverine. I don't know who the fuck this guy is with the Firehead. It's not a fire. It's like some. This might be Cosmic Ghost Hunter or Ghost Rider, because it's a skull, but he's like in some kind of like a spacesuit. Mm-hmm. Black Panther, Venom, Silver Surfer. I can't see the hell. Yeah, I think that's Quasar, Iron Man, Nova, and Captain Marvel. No, that's Jean Grey.
Nice. Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is super cool.
And I think the villain is a Nihilus, which is like, okay, that's a good choice.
Mm-hmm. Once Upon a Katamari, of course I want to play that. First new Katamari in ages. They did great with all the
reroll,
the redos and stuff, but there were a couple of remakes, including reroll, and now they're here, which is awesome. Great.
Trying to see if I can balance those characters. I'm not sure. That was Cosmic Ghost Rider. Phyla Vel. Okay, that's who I thought Quasar was. Okay, so that's Phyla Vel. Oh, who is also Quasar?
Oh.
All right, that's the real name. Cool. They're like half Kree, half Titanian.
Interesting.
And then was that the only one I wasn't sure about? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the two I wasn't sure about.
Cosmic Ghost Rider. So speaking of Frank Castle, there he is. Interesting.
Yeah, actually, that is. Jesus. Yeah. An alternate reality where Thanos conquered the universe. Punisher was one of the last people, was one of the last heroes standing. Got sent to hell. Made a deal with Mephisto to be like, "Yo, fuck Thanos." Mephisto's
Mm-hmm.
like, "Fuck Thanos. Here you go. Have some power."
Yeah.
But Thanos was already gone. Earth was already fucked. So Punisher's just like, "Yep, I'm roaming the world, the universe now." And the Galactus is like, "Hey, Harold." And now he's still going to help go find Thanos. And
Yep.
they team up against him, and Thanos beheads Galactus?
What the
Then
hell?
Thanos gives Cosmic Ghost Rider a shard of the Time Gem so he can travel to the past, recruit a young version of Thanos, and assist in killing the Fallen One? Who the fuck's the Fallen One?
Didn't we
The
used to
Silver
post with
Surfer?
them on message boards?
Huh. And then the Fallen One kills Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Holy
I
moly,
think.
dude. Yeah. What a
Oh,
tangled
yeah.
web weave.
And then Odin brings Cosmic Ghost Rider. And then 616 Odin takes Cosmic Ghost Rider into Valhalla. And Cosmic Ghost Rider's like, yeah, no, this ain't it. I don't want to just celebrate that I died. So Odin revives him in any time period of his choosing. And he chooses the day Thanos was born. And then he raises Thanos to stop him from being a villain. But then Thanos becomes a dictator. What the fuck is this? Cosmic Ghost Rider is fucking wild. I thought it was just Ghost Rider in space.
Yeah. My God. Yeah, okay. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Yeah. I knew maybe the first like sixth of what you said, and then from there I was like, wow, 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 wow. Plot twist after plot twist. Mm-hmm. Yep. Frank Castle is a terrifying pick for Ghost Rider, yes. That is true. Like what he did with it all.
Jesus Christ.
Nicolas Cage, man. Spider Noir. That turned out pretty good.
Is it finished?
Oh yeah, it's. I think they released every episode at the same time.
No, that's unusual.
Yep.
Let me see here. Google, you gotta stop being funny whenever people try to search for something. Stop doing that. I searched for Spider Noir, and Google made the whole thing be grayscale, and then had rain falling on the screen. Like, stop, stop being funny.
I thought they brought
Can I
Google
turn
back
off Google being cute? I want to turn off Google trying to be cute. Because no. Oh yeah, they did release all 8 episodes on at once.
Yep.
Nice.
Another one for the backlog.
And it's on both MGM Plus and Prime Video. Goodie.
Yeah. I watched it in black and white. I felt like that was appropriate.
Apparently, I read that apparently they didn't shoot for it to be in black and white though. That was an after decision they did. It's like, okay, so there's probably some lighting issues.
Maybe a couple times. Nothing huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shoot! What a thing.
Well, we got a little bit of time left in the day. What else do you want to throw a topic at?
Well, I am pretty. Oh, you know what? I think I know. We talked about like the summer games showcases last episode,
Yeah.
and mixed reactions, but overall I think that like the Nintendo Direct may have not been very exciting, but technically there are a lot of overall good reveals, like games I'd want to play and release dates, and like there was nothing incredibly negative that came from the big three presentations. That came later from Sony and Microsoft. um, but it did beget Kelly Jelly made another Smashtopia direct for us. So for the background, I mean, I don't know why I'm explaining all this when it's mostly just us talking right now. But he made a Nintendo Direct kind of parody thing of Smashtopia wiki submissions and the tied into Supercast Brothers in the YouTube channel, and that turned out really well, and like a good amount of the community kind of found it on their own, and the video went kind of semi viral and garnered a couple thousand views or something like that, which is unusual for our channel, and a lot of comments. And then Kelly decided to use some spare time over the summer to do a summer version of the Direct. A year or two later after doing for the first one, and maybe longer than that now, maybe 3 or 4 years. So just shout out to Kelly and putting in the work on that production and making new Smashtopia submissions himself. One of Larry the Cucumber of all things from VeggieTales. The sense that Kelly has for the production and the direction of these direct parodies that he makes is so on point with the tone of actual Nintendo Directs. It's actually almost eerie and uncanny, and it's funny and well humored. And you make a special appearance talking to Disney in it, and It was very entertaining to me. And I recommend people check it out. And like the Talking Flower makes an appearance, just so many things. I have a lead vocal in the opening segment with a special song. You're on a tuba, I think.
Yeah, when I didn't know when it was playing through, and that there's the dialogue of our me characters talking Tomodachi style, and it was oh yeah, you need to come out and do the song. It's where is this going? I don't understand. And then your character, I don't remember which one of our characters pops out first, and I was like, oh my god, I know what he's referencing. Holy shit. No.
Yeah.
You're fucking VeggieTalesing my ass? Holy shit.
Yep, and a nice follow-up.
I didn't get it on the dialogue, but as soon as the character just pops out that certain way, it's oh my god.
Yeah.
Childhood unlocked. Shit. I haven't thought about VeggieTales in a long time.
Yeah. And on top of that too, he came up with some interesting different things that just ideas for Smash that would actually be kind of interesting, like the I forget what he calls it, but the relationship kind of support system.
Oh yeah,
which
comes by the Smash Blitz mode.
It was all just very well done, and I would just recommend people to check that out. A couple other projects that have been going on. I know you're doing your monthly video game music challenge.
Yep.
Which is already 19 days in at the point of recording, and I'm still fully invested in coming on. I think that when I do, I'm just going to release one or two choices a day and slowly catch up, so that way I don't overwhelm myself. But it's a nice swath of different themes this year. I like that you have the tenets, the pillars, the obvious choices, but also choose a game that's was released in the year 2008, and you kind of formatted it in the way of Mega Man style, 20X something.
That part came from Kelly. Originally, it was going to be called Crazy Eights.
Yeah. Nice.
But then Kelly was like, hey, what if it was the year XXX8? That way, it's a reference to both. It was actually supposed to be a reference to the Earthbound games, because they use that same thing with their years. And since he was designing the layout image to be very Earthbound, he suggested, I was like, you know what, that does make it more clear about what it's supposed to be.
Right. And that was cool. I liked that. And I'm pulling this up now to kind of highlight a few of the other ones, like a game set in the future, Bandai Namco game with unusual instruments used in the music, a game that you dictate is sequel worthy, one involving demons in the theme. Apparently, the final day is about fishing. So
That's not the final day. That's the final like new one.
The 28th, the day. Sorry. A dance off. Nice. I don't know. I was thinking Guardians of the Galaxy naturally in my brain when you came up with that title. So it's just, and the graphic is very pleasing as well. I mean, Kelly did a great job making it Earthbound themed. I really like that. Oh, and the Mr. Saturns are set beside each day that has a new theme. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kelly's been designing it for the last, including I think like the last 4 years of it. In the first year, it was Mario World themed. Then it was like little like the Star World stars were indicated the new game, and then it was, I think Mario Paint was after that, and then last year was WarioWare, and then this year is Earthbound.
That was really cool. So I think you're have some good participation this year, and I'm sure you're tracking everything down in your doc about
always
choice stuff. So yeah, I look forward to. I'm going to kind of approach it as, because I didn't do it the last couple of years all the way through. I'm going to try and approach it as just a reset for myself, healthy in my brain, to just not worry about the past choices and just do it, have some fun thinking about game music.
I'm looking through your record now. The first 4 years, it was only 2024 was the first year you didn't finish. You did the first 5, and then you didn't finish after that. 2025, you did the first 10.
Nice.
So what you should do is you should finish both of those as well as do all of this year.
That's not going to happen, but that's a good idea. That's a great idea for someone who would want to do that.
Yeah.
That's one other thing that I think would be pertinent to mention in this episode before too much time passes is it was really nice to record with Ebit. A few, for the lip episode recently that we dropped for Smashtopia. That turned out to be one of my more favorite movesets that we've done in recent memory. There was some interesting back and forth, a lot of I would understand a couple of pain points that I would identify for you would be the incessance on the development of like how many panels appear on screen at the same time from him.
I'm aware the person that says you think about balance the most.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we can't. No, it has to be a limit.
He was extremely focused on
pure freedom. It's like, no, sir.
Yeah. And also, I'm sure that you had some fun with my my pronunciation of panel in that episode.
It was driving me insane with each incremental piece, and I was just more and more just like, he's doing it. Don't calm down. I can't calm down. Get together. God. Going nuts.
But that was a great episode. Turned out good. The moveset was good. Check it out if you haven't. But it was nice to catch up with a old friend. Like, I know you got to see him at his wedding a few years ago, but I talked with him since as well. Like, I think sometime after he had gotten married a few years back on another video call with he and I. But in general, I mean, it's just kind of indicative of like the era we live in, being adults, going in different directions, and that's someone we're very close to historically, and those roots run deep, but we don't talk with them every day, like nowhere near every day. Maybe once every few months, once every couple, like maybe a few times a year tops, over text, and usually pretty disparate, short conversation. So to have a long form chat, to be able to check in before and after the show, and because like after, he just stuck around for a long time.
Yeah.
We just talked for hours after, and
I would if I didn't have to go to bed for work.
Yeah, and it was nice. I can't remember the last time we had a chat. I mean, both had a chat with him, and also kind of in general. The last time I had a chat like that in general, where you're just kind of chilling out and chatting without having a direction.
Yeah.
So it was nice, and I enjoyed that because it's not every day you get to catch up with your old friends who are parents and are married and have jobs that they work late weird hours, and so I think that's kind of the part of the reason why we do shows like this, to make sure that we keep up with each other. So it was cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you? Anything you wanna?
Well, I actually wanted to add one last bit about there 31-day video game music challenge. This is the
Mhm.
7th year of it being ran, at least by me. The first year, we had like a generic image, and I think it was Eva actually that found. And I tried looking to see like where that image first came from, and there's no clear path. It just spread like wildfire across Twitter, apparently.
Mhm.
But this last year I started posting on Blue Sky as well, and there wasn't a whole lot of traffic last year, but this year there've been quite a few people that have joined in, including
Really?
OC Remix. OC Remix not only showed me I have to credit them for part of why it spread, because they shared the whole thing, and then they started doing it as well. They did it all like in one day, like they did all 31 days on one day, which like, well, okay, but they
Wow.
participated as well. They put it all on there. All picking like from remixes that are hosted on OC Remix's website. Yeah, like they did like
Yeah.
Dark Shores of Hyrule, which was from Ocarina of Time for title theme. What are some other ones they did on here? Um,
Holy moly.
All for
You're getting some
One, which is a
traction for
remix
sure.
from Dark Souls 3 for Bandai Namco game. What'd you say?
So yeah, you're getting some traction on here for sure. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Like 90 plus replies. What the
Well,
hell?
so a lot of those are me because I'm replying to it with my daily posts.
Well, sure. But those others are too, and I see there's a lot of like quotes and stuff.
Yeah, it's been kind of
Mhm.
nuts. Uh, for I guess that's actually this episode will come out after this is all done. For for Gone Fishing, they did Fishing Spirit, a remix from Dark Cloud 2. Spin-off game was Vacation in the Mushroom Kingdom, from which was a remix of Mario Kart Double Dash. I don't know that they did any. Unfortunately, was that Joe Zija made. Unfortunately, I don't see his username on here,
Yeah.
which is a shame. But yeah, I was shocked to see them share it, and
Hmm.
then see them participate, or whoever was running their Blue Sky post.
Yeah.
It's like holy shit.
Incredible.
Yeah, me and Mario down by the schoolyard for opening level.
That's a real song parody. So I don't know.
Buy or Buy from the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remix.
Hmm.
I was not expecting it. I'm kind of floored at how much attention it got on there this year.
That's really interesting to think about that, and it makes me wonder about other things we can do potentially to stoke that kind of interaction.
Oh,
Uh,
that's 90.
yeah,
That's not 90 comments. That's 90 like sharing of the post or
yeah,
like quoting it or something. I don't really understand how this all works because there's two different
yeah,
sets
yeah.
of numbers and I'm confused by them.
It's like Twitter. So the quotes are they're referencing your post, so they're reposting your post, but also usually adding something else. So they're probably quoting your post and then adding on top of that text for their choices.
Okay, so some of the quotes are me. So like 31 of the quotes will end up being actually no less than because I accidentally for the first few days I was actually quoting last year's post. Whoops.
Yeah.
So like some of those quotes are for me doing it each day. Other people are reposting, just doing it to share it off, and there's 32 likes of it. I've gotten some of my individual days have been likes. Apparently, 15 people. One of those 15. No, I guess I didn't say that because I didn't have to. So different 15 other people say that so they could reference it and find each day's theme. God, it's doing good.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible. Well, congrats. Wow. Okay, cool. Maybe I should engage on the blue sky thing, and I don't know. It might
I
be
don't
too
do a
ambitious
whole lot.
adult thing,
Like
but
I share whenever I'm going live on stream. There's this obviously, and then this year I've been doing like posting one video game I like a day. I've been falling behind, especially this month. I need to do some catch up, but like I'm not skipping it. I'm getting caught up. What
yeah.
was the last? What today's the 19th? What was the last one I did? The 12th. So I'm behind by a
So
week
you're back
now.
to That's fine.
But you'll like what game I posted for the 12th. Tatsunoko versus Capcom Ultimate All Stars.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that game. You fight Yami, the ball man, in that game.
You do.
Yeah, you have a cool layout too. Like I saw, you have a cover photo now on there from since the last time I checked in on it. The
Right.
Xantok
Oh,
cover
yeah.
photo page. So yeah, it's cool. It looks like a nice developed platform. Very neat. Very cool.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be the end. We're a bit past 2 hours. So,
Done and dusted, baby.
we'll see you all in a month for the next one.
Catch ya, babes, in September.
Bye.